Hello, boys and girls. Today we are continuing our lesson on adjectives that compare. Today we are going to talk specifically about one-syllable adjectives that compare. And yesterday we kind of reviewed what a syllable was. It's how many vowel sounds a word has, and we can use clapping to help us identify that too. We gave the example of adjectives. It's how many vowel sounds a word has technically, but if we clap it out, we can stop at where the word breaks into chunks and kind of tell it that way too. So adjectives. The word adjectives has 3 syllables. The word that has 1 syllable. The word compare has 2 syllables. And I know you have learned this before, but just as a good review, and it can help you in other areas of grammar as well, and reading and just different things. So today, specifically, we're talking about adjectives that compare 2 nouns that have 1 syllable. Thinking questions to ask yourself. Does the adjective only have 1 syllable? And does it end in a single vowel followed by a consonant? And we're going to see more examples of this in just a moment. We add ER to most adjectives that have 1 syllable, and we kind of have already been over that in our last lesson. For example, long, it has 1 syllable, long, so we just add the suffix ER, longer. This rope is longer than that rope. We're comparing 2 ropes, the length of them, and so we would just use the suffix ER since long has 1 syllable. Small. So we could say this dog is smaller than that dog. We'd be comparing the size of 2 dogs, and so we would use the suffix ER since small has 1 syllable. Strong, stronger. So this would be comparing the strength of two nouns, and since strong, again, has 1 syllable, strong, we just add the suffix ER. Tall has 1 syllable. We add the suffix ER to make taller. Loud has 1 syllable, and so we add the suffix ER, louder. Young is 1 syllable. We add the suffix ER to make younger. Adjectives with 1 syllable that end in a single vowel. A single means 1, so 1 vowel followed by a consonant. A consonant, and we kind of talked about this last week with articles, the articles a and an. A consonant is every other letter other than our vowels a, e, I, o, u. So a single vowel is 1 vowel, and then the next letter would be a word or a letter that is not a vowel. We double the last consonant and then add er. For example, hot. Hot ends in a single vowel o followed by a consonant t. T is not a, e, I, o, or u. For this, we have to double the t, whatever the last consonant is, and then add er. If we didn't do this, we wouldn't say hotter, we would say hoter, and that, of course, isn't even a word. And so we use this to keep that vowel sound short. So hot, ah, has the short o sound, and if we didn't use we didn't double the consonant, it would actually change the whole word's pronunciation because it would be a vowel consonant followed by e. So it would make it have a long o sound without that extra t. Thin. The word thin has a single vowel, I, short vowel sound, I, and it has a consonant, n. So here, same thing, thin. We doubled the last consonant since it's followed by a vowel, followed by a single vowel, followed by a consonant, n. We double the last consonant, n, and then we add er. If we didn't, it would be thinner instead of thinner. So that's why it keeps that vowel sound the same. We don't want to have a long I sound. We want to have a short I sound. Fat. It has a single vowel A followed by the consonant T. And so an A, the word fat, has a short A sound. And so we double the last consonant, which happens to be a T here, and then add er. So fatter. If we didn't, again, it would have a long A sound. It would be fader, which is not the word we want to use. Sad. Sad has a single vowel sound, A, and notice again, these all have short vowel sounds because they are a single vowel followed by a consonant. So sad has a short A sound, followed by D, which is a consonant. We double that D and then add ER. Okay, so that makes the word sadder. If we didn't double the consonant, it would be satyr, which is not the correct word. It would have a long vowel sound instead of a short one, and that's why we follow this rule. Adjectives with one syllable that end in a silent E, you will drop the E and then add the suffix or the ER ending. For example, ripe, you can see that it has a long I vowel sound because it's a vowel consonant E, which makes it have a long vowel sound. So on this word, you can either think of taking that last final E off, the silent E, and then adding ER, or you can think of it, if it ends in a silent E, just adding the R. It's however you want to think about it. Wise is the same thing. We wouldn't leave the E and add ER because, again, with either ripe or wiser, that would make the ending have two E's, and it would change the word completely, and actually neither one would be a real word. So on the word wise, we can think of taking off the final E and then adding the ER ending, or we can think of just adding an R since the E is already there. The word wide is the same. You can think of taking off that last E and then adding the ER ending, or like I said before, you can think of just adding the R. So here, ripe becomes riper, wise becomes wiser, wide becomes wider. And we use the ER suffix when comparing two nouns. Write the correct form of the adjective that compares two nouns. Tall is a one-syllable word, and it ends in two L's, so it does not end in a vowel followed by a single consonant. It has two L's already, so here we just add the suffix ER. Soft is a word that it has a single vowel O, but it ends in FT, and so since it's not a single consonant ending, here all you have to do is add ER because it wouldn't change the sound of the word at all, no matter what tall and soft are going to have short vowel sounds. The word fat has a short vowel sound A followed by a single consonant T. And so since this is the case, on words that have a single vowel followed by a consonant, you have to double it, double the last consonant before adding the suffix ER. So fat will become fatter. The word thin is exactly the same rule, short vowel, single consonant N, so we have to double the N and then add ER. Blue, we can think of it, like I said before, as taking off the final E and then adding the suffix ER, or we can think of it as just adding that R on the end since the E is already present. And that same rule applies to the word huge. It has a vowel consonant E ending, and so we can think of it as eliminating the last E and then adding ER, or we can think of it as just adding the R since I mentioned before the E is already present. I hope this helps you today. You will, for your homework or assignment with this, you will practice again using the quizzes. You will follow the link on Google Classroom to do that.